Hi, I'm Melissa, and this is the most recent painting that I've made.
I find my painting extremely powerful, not because it's literally an evil clown,
But because it actually represents my anxiety. Clown representing comedy and the evilness is a staple of mine. It's because I love creepy art, it's because I love unsettling people. It actually reassembles Ronald McDonald, which I didn't even notice. I was just getting inspired and I was like, red clown, because that's what comes to your head, right? It is eventually a representation of my subconscious. It's always going to be. I love stars, I love the glossiness, I love creepiness, and I also love to depict portraits of different figures. First of all, I didn't place it in the middle. You can clearly see that this space over here is smaller than the space that there's over here, and this one is much bigger than this space here. But I plan on cutting the canvas and leaving it without the stencil. So there's a lot of glossiness in the hair. Also, it kind of gives a vibe that it's plastic, and that's what I want. Something very fictional that has a lot of depth in it. I also love that the stars go beyond the limits of the face, that it's going through, it's going beyond, far and beyond from your sight, from your eyesight. Also, the smile is bigger than his face, which it could either mean that he overlined his lips or that he actually has a bigger mouth. For what though? What does that do? Eat people, probably. He could be just a creepy clown that is actually doing something good to society or something bad. Who knows what's the story behind this one? I just added elements that I find that are really interesting and that defines my art, which is the stars, the red, the black background, which makes the vivid colors pop. That's something that I really wanted to do. And the huge smile. And of course, these came with a lot of anxiety. A lot. There was like a feeling of anxiety that I just needed to paint something, and it came very beautifully. I can see myself represented in my art. I'm not sure if I feel like a clown though, but I say it. Every one of my paintings are self-portraits, even though they don't depict my face specifically. But do you see a resemblance? A part of me is saying that this represents an obsession that I have within myself, obsession with something that I cannot currently have. That's what's going on in my life, and if you've like seen other videos of me, you can actually get that from there. And this is something mine. This is something ugly, dangerous, but aesthetically pleasing due to the mixture of the colors. Clowns are supposed to make us laugh, but this one is evil, right? If you see something like this in the street, you're not going to be like, oh my god, a clown. You're going to be like, what the hell? Run away, you know? It's an evil clown. It kind of entertains you. You stop and see and understand, but it's terrifying. The obsession that I tried to represent in this painting is actually not eating me alive anymore. It's here. It's here. It's actually here, and it's beautiful. And it's entertaining. And it's also a little bit scary. I am scared to death of clowns, of masks. And that's something that I depict in my art a lot, my fears. But it's because I turn them into something entertaining, into something beautiful. And obsession, I feel like in this painting, represents a fear of mine, which is also very figuratively represented as a clown, represented as very harsh, vivid colors. The stars are in his eyes, so the main point here are his eyes and his mouth. I know my explanation can be a little bit simple, but it's because I don't think too much when I paint. I just paint what I feel, and sometimes feelings are very hard to put into words, which I've done many times in this channel. So if you want to hear me talking about my feelings, you can see my other videos. But what do you feel about this? I want you to comment. How do you feel looking at this? And if you would buy it. I think I'm going to upload this also on Sachi soon. Let me just sign it and I'll upload it so you can get like a print. It's a one of a kind, of course, and you can buy it. The link is going to be in the description. Thank you for watching.